Hey everybody, it is the Angry Honey Badger here, and it's time again for a build. We're going to take a look at Shen. We'll start out with his abilities and what order you want to max him out in. Then we'll go over his runes and his masteries, followed by counters to look out for, champions he does well against, and team synergies. Finally, we'll take a look at what items you'll want to consider purchasing when you play Shen, and then we'll look at his pros and cons. Be sure to like and subscribe if you find this video helpful, but for now, let's take a look at Shen, the Eye of Twilight.
Go around the badger.
Let's start things off by taking a look at Shen's passive, Key Strike. Shen's next attack periodically deals bonus damage. As for Shen's Q ability, this is his Vorpal Blade. We're going to be putting a point typically into this at level 1 and maxing this out first. Vorpal Blade will deal damage and life tap a target unit, but killing an enemy with Vorpal Blade restores health instantly. For Shen's W ability, this is his Feint. Shen shields himself, absorbing incoming damage for a few seconds. You can max this out second if you need more shielding, but typically you'll max this out last. Shen's E ability is Shadow Dash. Shen's gonna dash rapidly towards a target location, taunting enemy champions he encounters, dealing minor damage. He will also receive 50% reduced damage from their basic attacks and restore 40 energy per champion affected. We'll be maxing this out typically second. And finally, Shen's ultimate is Stand United. Shen shields a targeted allied champion from incoming damage and soon teleports to their location. As for his rune page, I personally like to take attack damage marks, health per level seals or armor seals, magic resist per level glyphs, and attack damage quintessences. I know some people like to take magic pen marks and ability power quints. You can do this as well if you want to harass more with Vorpal Blades, but taking attack damage makes it easier to CS, and when you taunt targets, you'll deal more damage when you physically hit them. And as for his masteries, you'll want to put 9 in the offense and 21 in the defense. Here's the page I recommend taking. As for champions that counter Shen, let's start out with Yorick. Yorick has a lot of consistent pressure that can be difficult for Shen to deal with. If Shen does leave lane with his ult, Yorick can't stop it luckily, but he'll be able to pressure the turret quickly and probably take it. Next is Vladimir. His consistent sustain makes it difficult for Shen to make consistent, meaningful trades with Vladimir. Try focusing on farming and build some magic resist and ask for some gank support. And finally, there's Jace. He has the ability to keep his range and harass, and also push waves faster than Shen. He can also deal good damage to Shen when using hammer form, and even can cancel his ult. Farming and building defense is your best bet. As for matchups that favor Shen, let's start out with Pantheon. Just start with your W and deny all meaningful harass he might throw at you with his spears. Shen can also win this lane with solid taunt engagements too. Next is Malphite. This is another matchup where you can block the main harassment with your shield. And on Malphite, this is really going to cost him a lot of mana. Also, use your Q to keep his passive shield down constantly. And finally, there's Riven. As long as you don't overextend and start cloth armor and health pots, you can harass her well with your Q. And if Riven does go hard, you can disrupt her combo with taunt, and inside a pack of minions, she'll take more damage than she wants to. Play it safe and take advantage of the correct opportunities. As for champions that synergize well with Shen, those include Twisted Fate, Pantheon, Rengar, Nocturne, and Evelynn. A global team's composition can create pressure anywhere at a moment's notice. As for champions with stealth, it can be a very sneaky way for you to work yourself into a fight using Shen's ultimate. As for the items I like to take when I'm playing as Shen at level 1, I think you have two main choices here. You can either start off with a Doran's shield and health pots, or you can start out with cloth armor and health pots depending on your lane matchup and how much aggression you think you'll be taking. Typically, the Doran shield will be enough defense for you. Your early trips back to base will consist of one of two items. If you're in an attack damage heavy lane matchup, you'll probably want to pick up a Bammy Cinder along with your Chain Vest to start building towards a Sunfire Cape. If you're in an AP matchup and you'll be taking a lot of magic damage, you're going to want to pick up the Spectral's Cowl. Also, picking up the first part of your boots early is never a terrible choice. Your early on core items will consist of a Sunfire Cape for that attack damage heavy matchup, or if you're in that AP matchup, you have two options with either the Spirit Visage or the Banshee's Veil. Now, the Spirit Visage is a little bit more helpful as it will give you a little bit better regen when you are last hitting with your Vorpal Blade, and it will give you cooldown reduction, which is very helpful for your ultimate. The nice thing about Banshee's Veil is it will usually protect you when you're trying to engage with your taunt and won't get you stopped in the meantime. Both together are great items if the enemy team is running a very heavily magic damage focused team. As for your boots at this point, we might want to finish them off. You can pick boots that will help your lane matchup or what the enemy team's damage is with either Ninja Tabby or Mercury Treads. As for a full build, if you have the Sunfire Cape, the Spirit Visage, and your boots, I like to then get a Randuin's Omen, increasing my health and my armor, and then at this point, my side lane pushing and ability to teleport or use my ultimate to get across the map is going to come into play. So I want to create even more pressure in lane, and if you want to pick up a little bit more magic resist doing so, you can pick up a Wit's End. It also is pretty helpful when dueling and pushing waves. I like this item personally a lot on Shen. It's cheap. If you wanted to replace this item with a Trinity Force, you could, but a Trinity Force is more expensive. I don't recommend rushing it because you want better tank stats early from the other items, and a early Trinity Force will set you further behind. And as for an item that I like to round things out with, I usually go with a Warmog's Armor. The amount of health and regen it will provide is very good tank stats on Shen. As for optional items, I did mention that Trinity Force, but another one you could pick up is the Black Cleaver. It will give you health and attack damage and even more CDR, which will be very helpful. Another one you could pick up is a Locket of the Iron Solari to help out your team in team fights, and if they are running a very front-end heavy damage team with a lot of attack damage, a Thornmail on Shen is amazing. You might want to get that instead. As for his pros and cons, let's move on to his pros. He is a super tank when it comes to the late game. He's got in-lane sustain, which is very helpful. It's really not too difficult to farm with Shen using his passive and his Vorpal Blade. You can have global pressure with teleport and your ultimate, and he's an energy-based champion, meaning nothing really holds you back, just manage your energy correctly. As for the cons, Stand United has a very long cooldown, especially early. Missing Taunt really hurts his effectiveness because you don't get the refund. Teams always need to be aware of your ultimate. I know this is more of a con for your teammates, but they should be paying attention, hopefully, to use you correctly when you teleport in. Losing lane pressure while using your ultimate is usually going to lose you turret if you don't have teleport to get back there quick. And your ultimate can be canceled by the enemy team. Make sure you're in a safe spot before you use it. And as for my personal thoughts on Shen, I think Shen's a good champion. I think the biggest thing people need to do when they play Shen in the top lane is they need to play safe early on. Like I said, Shen can actually bully a little bit in lane if the enemy is allowing you to do so, but overall, you just want to sit there and farm and get some key early defensive items before you start making very good strategic teleport or ultimate plays around the map. You can keep an eye on bot lane and use Stand United to get into fights and pick up good assists, even kills occasionally, keeping them alive, putting gold in their pockets and yours, while basically denying the top laner you're against, because they're not going to be picking up a kill on you. The only thing they can hopefully do is push the wave and then deny you some CS and maybe get a tower, but if you're running teleport, you should be able to get back there real quick and probably prevent this. It works out really well in Shen's favor. Shen's a very strong champion. He becomes a very effective tank. As long as you land taunts too, those are very guaranteed kills as long as your team's paying attention. So I really do like Shen. We've seen him also emerge a little bit as a support, which has been helpful too. You can run him that way if you would like to. Shen's a good pick and can be kind of pivotal when setting up fights or coming into team fights to help his team. I hope this guide helps you out in your future matches on the Fields of Justice. I'll see all of you in the next build video.